Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shona.
And we've got one heck of a blind going on tonight, thanks to Mrs. and Lori J. Mrs. and Mr. J. How's that?
Mr. Richie J and Mrs. Lori J.
Got me all tongue-tied.
We do that all the time. We're really fired up. We were just watching Live from the Patio, and they were tasting these, and so we're super excited to dig into these. So I'm glad that they kind of revved us up for the night.
Yeah, that was a good little precursor to
Yeah.
what we've got. I don't know if they had the same ones. I don't know how many Crittendens there are.
And Richie wasn't letting it go either.
No.
He wasn't giving any information
No.
from what I could hear. I
Nothing.
wasn't listening the entire time, but Bryan had it playing. I had to hop off, but I heard him ask. I heard T ask, and Richie wasn't giving it up. So.
He was not. So I got a lot of people right before Shona made us go live, but Sugar Kitty, thanks for joining us. Tammy Adams, Kevin Westfall, John Shank, Charles, Russ, Rick, Mr. Richie J. Thank you guys all for joining us.
Yes, thank you all.
We certainly appreciate it. And big thanks to Mr. Richie J and Mrs. Lori J for this blind tonight.
Yes, super excited about that, and just shout out to Rick. I seen in the chat and stuff on there where you lost yours and Richie's shipment for the Blend Sanity, and I know how devastating and how gut-wrenching that feeling is. So sorry about that, and I hope that you guys can get those blended back up and sent in time, because I'm anxious to watch that and see the winners.
Yeah. We had fun watching it when we were in it. I'm sure we're going to enjoy it just as much this time.
Yes.
Cheers, Charlie. Thanks for joining us, sir. Mr. Sandifer, Chris, thanks for joining us, sir.
Yeah.
Stephen Scone, thank you. Cheers to everybody.
Yes.
I've got just a little whistle wetter here going on.
So you see Kevin and Christopher in the chat. Friday night, they have agreed to come do a live with us, and they are bringing the Old Carter line.
Carter.
So we're super excited for that. So that will be Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, tomorrow we have Whiskey Trivia at 9 o'clock.
Mr. Richie J, you're right. These glasses, at least most of them, are really dark.
They are.
This first one is probably the lightest of the bunch. However, we did take Mrs. Lori J's recommendation, and we have them lined up in the numbers that she gave us. So
No, this could have been Richie's lineup. It says both their names.
okay, it does.
So we can't.
My
We
bad.
don't know who typed it.
I thought you had told me that note was from Mrs. Lori J. So Shauna's busting my,
Go ahead. We got them lined up in the order
So anyway,
by proof.
We have them lined up by proof in the order that they gave us. So they actually are in order 3, 4, 1, 5, 2, 6. So
You ready?
I'm ready.
I know, my mouth's been watering. Charles, thank you.
Thank you, Charles. We appreciate that, sir.
Yes. Oh, I love that. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and join Patreon. Thank you. All right. And I didn't bring those down there. But I did want to make an announcement on the Patreon, and you probably have a coin with you, but we'll do that tomorrow night during trivia. And it's out there on the Patreon page, so we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Let's talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk about Crittendens right now.
Yeah.
This one's kind of spicy on the nose.
Cheers to Chill Will. Thanks for joining us.
I like the nose. It's just spicy. It's a little bit of caramel in there. Maybe a hint of cinnamon.
Now, interesting enough, this is the lowest proof of the bunch.
Yeah, it is.
And it does have a lot of spice on it for a low proof.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't know what low proof is. If Rick had his hands in it, there's no telling where we're at here.
I guess I should have asked that. So does Crittendens have any hazmat products that I need to be worried about, Richie?
Rick said in the chat, Mr. Richie J, half of those are hazmat.
Richie said no.
Rick, I feel like you're the only guy that's going to do that to us.
A lot of oak. It's almost like a raw oak, really feeling. It's like so, it's good. I really like the oak flavor. It's not, I guess when I say a raw oak, it's not like that toasted oak that you sometimes get. It's more of a fresh.
Yeah, it's it really coats your mouth with the oak.
It does. That's really nice. A little bit of baking spices on that one. It is. It does coat your mouth.
I'm anxious to see what proof point that is because
I'm going to say it's in the
really
90s. Could be completely wrong, but that's a really good pour.
that is good. Guys, if everybody would hit that like button, we sure would appreciate that. Try to push this live out to as many people as we can.
Mr. Richie J said it's because Rick doesn't have any taste buds.
I found it interesting, and I don't know which pour they were talking about, but at the tail end of Life from the Patio, Rick was talking about a pour that he wasn't crazy about because all he got was burn. And I thought that was his thing. I thought he wanted a bonfire in his mouth.
Hey, the one he gave us was really good with a few drops of water in it, so I'm not complaining. I really enjoyed it after that. I did. It was a lot of flavor. On to the second one?
On to the second one.
Ooh.
Now that nose, I'm not getting anywhere near what I got in the first nose.
No. Hey, I know Charles is in the chat, and I just want to thank Charles because I took his advice from the other night, and I'm waiting to see if he can figure out what that advice was. This one I'm getting, it's almost like it's like a twist between a cocoa maple syrup note. It's kind of a sweet, I'm getting a little bit of chocolate.
Thanks for joining us, Troy from Whiskey Sippers. Glad to have you here. I'm getting a little bit of sweetness, but
Maybe it's more like a brown sugar, like a brown sugar cocoa note. I don't know, fun nose.
I feel
citrus,
like
it has some
cocoa
citrus on
maybe.
it too.
Cocoa maybe. I'm not getting the brown sugar.
Definitely some citrus. As soon as I moved it away from my nose, I got that. Interesting.
There's some brown sugar on the palate though.
A little bit of funk on it, like a leather, definitely a leather note. This one's interesting. It has a lot of different flavors that I'm not sure. You got it, Charles. You didn't need to super chat on that.
Thanks,
But
Charles.
thanks. I did set it. I was able to make it for 30 minutes on the program. So it does loop. However, when it does loop, I found that the bottom will still come up just for a second and then go right back down.
I don't know if we need a bigger memory card or
Yeah.
USB stick or
No,
what.
there was plenty of that. It's just the program wouldn't load it that I made it on. This
Anyway.
one, honestly, this one, I still was trying to get the flavors, and they're unique. They're flavors I've never had before. This one's stumping me.
Definitely cinnamon, along with the brown sugar.
Pepper as well. I'm still getting that leather note, but a lot of pepper on the end, black pepper.
Yeah, and the finish. Yeah, I didn't really get it until the finish.
So I am getting that cinnamon, the brown sugar, just like you were, a leather note in that black pepper. And there is another note in there, and it may be a little bit of a cocoa note, but it's not as defined as what I get on some of them. It's good though, because it's so unique.
Mr. Richie said it's that Gulf Coast water.
Could be. Absolutely.
Might be. Now we're getting into some darker colors.
Yeah. When I poured these out, I was so excited for the coloring. Because I love the deeper, darker colors in whiskeys, and so I'm expecting these to be full of flavor. So I had to look this up before the show, just so I knew a little bit about it. So Crittenden Distillery is in Kiln, I hope I'm saying that right, Kiln, Mississippi. And it was a father and son who opened it together, James and Matt Crittenden. And they source all their grain in Mississippi. They do not outsource any of the process. They do it all and try to source everything locally.
Cool.
So I think that's great. William Hall. That's right. There are 12 Glens.
We started with 12 Glens, William.
Yes. Mr. Richie J and Lori J sent us 6 samples. So we are going through 6 Crittendens tonight. And I'm not going to lie, it is a school night for me. Work night. But so I was a little bit nervous about doing 6. But hey, we're doing it.
Why not? I mean,
It's not the first time.
It's not really. I've seen you do more than that on a school night. Is that right, Mr. Richie J? One guy pretty much does the whole show.
This has the Amburano finish. Definitely. It has the apple note, the cinnamon note, definitely the oak is coming through. Wow.
I'm hearing your notes. Did you say Amburano?
Yes, definitely. Oh,
It's funny how
Love
that
that.
really jumps right out on the palate when you.
so good.
Well, Troy, you've been at it for a few hours then. I don't know if you started before your live, but your live was 3 hours ago, so I'm proud of you.
So, Mr. Richie J and Lori J, that was, I know it's number 3, however, that was sample number 1 that you sent us. Right now, that is my number 1 pick. I know that I have 3 more to go, but that one is delicious. It's so good.
That Amburano, I really like that.
And we could be completely wrong. It could not have it in
could
it,
be,
but
but
it's,
I really think. Did you make note of that?
I did.
So we can see if we were right.
Yep. Okay, on to the next one.
Back up to that one. Look
Yep.
at the legs on it.
I know it's. I didn't feel like any of these are super hot. I would say that one's probably in between 1 to 110.
It's not any higher than that, I don't think.
I don't think so either. Cheers, Jeff. Thanks for joining.
Mr. Richie, he's wanting to comment, but
This one,
he must be holding Mrs. Lori J down because she's not even hinting at anything in the chat.
he's got her duct tape, mouth duct tape, her fingers
Yeah,
behind her back.
fingers tied behind her back so she can't type.
I'd see if she's texting me, but my phone's using as the camera, so I really can't see that. So I'm joking. This one, you know what? All of the noses on these are super fun. Not a single bad nose to be had.
Have you sipped that one yet?
I have not, because I'm still trying to figure out. It's just fun.
To me, up front, it was really buttery.
Honestly, this one smells on the nose like a chamomile tea. I know it does, though. Seriously, that's a new one for the wheel.
That's an outer ring.
It does. It smells just like chamomile tea. Oh, she's on.
That was probably by design, Mr. Richie. Probably said, here, take your mom's phone. Go play with it.
Good cover up, though.
Did you get the buttery? Creamy?
Definitely the creaminess. Maybe a little buttered popcorn.
I wasn't going to go with popcorn.
Buttery corn. How about that? Leave the pop out of it. Buttery corn.
I can tell you the proof's picking up. Your neck's turning red.
Yeah, yeah. Starting to feel it a little bit. Definitely the corn notes are coming out a lot more in this one. But that butter flavor that you're referring to is there, but it is buttered popcorn. So, sorry, Mike has a buttered popcorn note, and this one has it.
I'm not going there. I feel like that one's a little bit spicier, a little bit warmer than what we've had. That's the first one I've really noticed it.
Yeah. So, Mr. Richie J, this was sample number 5 that you sent. So
He's on this one as well. He's sipping this one right now.
Do you get that buttery popcorn note? Definitely some cinnamon. Again, that corn's coming through. The brown sugar on the end, I can't believe you didn't.
I didn't get it. I think it was too spicy for me to get it.
There is a lot of spice on the end. So, oh good, he's getting that too. So I have to ask, because I did not look, do they use copper stills? Because all of these have like that cinnamon note to them, where usually when it's all copper stills and stuff, you really get that note. That's really good. I think that one might be pushing more around 120 proof, like 115 to 120 proof.
I can go along with that a lot better than I think you said 1 to 110 on the last one.
Just making my notes here so I don't forget on the way back through.
Cheers, Brian. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're just tasting up a blind of Crittendens that Mr. Richie J sent to us and Mrs. Lori J. Sean and I have never had. Actually, we had one, right? Did we have a?
We had a pecan.
We had a pecan.
Yeah, toasted pecan.
Okay. Believe we liked it. Was that on a What's in the Glen?
I think it was. Yeah, pretty sure it was.
So they were generous enough to ship us a whole flight here. That's fabulous so far.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Richie J. I'll have to look that up sometime. I hope that one day that we can make it to this distillery, because this is a very impressive wine. I don't think I'd ever be afraid of picking up any of their bottles at this point. If I'm remembering right, the pecan was like had a butterscotch note to it that I didn't like, only because I don't like butterscotch. But it was still good, like if you like the butterscotch. And I could be wrong. It could have been samples a different sample that had that butterscotch note on it. This is a really spicy nose. This is a fun.
It is, yep.
It's a spicy sweet nose.
Sweet and spicy.
It is. Almost has that sweet tart. Like the spice comes through, then it turns into like a sweet tart note. Cool.
I almost get the sweet tart right away on the palate before it starts getting spicy.
You really do. I definitely get that sweet tart. But then it goes into that cinnamon note. A lot of brown sugar. This is really like it coats your mouth.
I feel like they all have, though.
And then it's following with kind of a sweet apple note. I'm going to have a hard time, you know, the amber on a finish, that always takes gold for me. However, this one's going to be really...
That's pretty good.
I'm going to have to... I just got to make a note on this one.
It's really good.
Actually, on the nose, I'm getting that sweet tart, but it's also, maybe it's more of a green apple that I'm picking up.
Knowing that the proofs are going up as we go, that's really interesting because that drinks low, I think.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's super proofy. Yeah, I definitely think it's under 120.
It's really good. That's a toss-up between that and this one back here. If I'm picking a favorite at this point.
That is good. Cheers, a little old-fashioned.
Thanks for joining us.
Okay. Ready for the last one? And then we'll taste this one, guys, and then I do have a little giveaway that while we're going back through, give you guys time to get entered for it. The noses are almost a little bit similar on these last two. This one's a little bit more defined.
I'm not getting much on the nose.
A lot of spice.
There's all that spice.
Wow. The spice, and then I get a leather note, and then it instantly turns into a tobacco note. Rolls into some brown sugar, a little bit of corn note, and then into a nice peppery baking spice note. Wow, that one's good. Still,
Cheers, David Bass. Thanks for joining us, sir.
I still feel that these are probably a little bit, I mean, I'm going to guess this one's more in the 120 or close to 120. So none of these, Richie did not try to burn our tongues off tonight, so that was great.
A couple of them really pack a punch, though. That one is, that one makes your mouth water. Mm-hmm. Want more of it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That tobacco leather note that you get right as it enters your palate, that's like a winner, like hands down, it's delicious. I cannot wait to find out what that one is because it is that good.
They're all good. I didn't have any of those that I didn't care for.
No, my hat is off to the father and son, whoever is making these.
Whoever's got their hands on the still.
Yeah, that's, wow. All right, so tonight we are back to giving away a book tonight, and this is Fred Minnick's book. It is Bourbon, The Rise, Fall, and Rebirth of American Whiskey. So I'm going to start the giveaway, and it's a hardback. It will be shipping to you from Amazon, from us, and the code that you need to type is !whiskey, spelled with an EY. And that should be coming into your, it didn't, give me 1 second, guys. It didn't come over.
Some minor technical difficulties.
I had done that, but let me see. Is it in there now?
We've got people entered.
Yeah, because I told them what it was, but for some reason, this is the first time this has done this to me, guys.
It's your first time with the new version of the software. Maybe that's...
Yeah, it did make me upload a new version right before we went live tonight. So give me 1 second. So maybe they changed the... All right, everybody who puts !whiskey in the chat, I will just do a wheel to do the giveaway.
You better start writing.
That way, you guys don't have to wait on me to figure out what Streamlabs is wanting me to do, because that's completely different. So, you guys will have to wait on me at the end to get that done, because we're going to go back through these, but go ahead and put your names in there, and at the end, I'll get everybody's names in there, we'll pick a winner. So, if you haven't heard, everybody's typing it in there, you can see !whiskey. Just type that in there, and I will get that done. You don't have to write, it's okay. I can just gather them off of there. Yep. Okay, you want to go back the other way?
That's generally what we do.
Okay. I'm getting ready to start with one again.
Okay.
If I knew what platform Bourbon and Balls used, I'd do a duck race, but I don't know how to do that, so we're going to spin the wheel. I love the little duck races. Last night on Bourbon and Balls, I was a little sad face, but I still won, so I was pretty happy. They used emojis. So, if you do have a channel and you want to put your channel into the chat, go ahead and do so. But I just want to do a shout out to Life from the Patio, because they are really close to 500 subscribers, and they will be giving away
5
little Blantons.
Yeah, I hope they mean it, because now you're telling
Well,
everybody.
no, T said that he had them.
5 like grenade-sized bottles of Blanton's. When they hit 500. So I think the last I looked was last night, and maybe they were at 461. I think that could have changed today, but they're getting really close. So if you guys aren't following them, check them out. See what you think of them. We think you'd like them. Give them a subscribe.
You know,
They're a lot of fun.
going back this way, that one almost has a nutty note to it.
I think Rick's saying he gets that too. Cheers. I like bourbon a lot. I apologize if you said something earlier. That's the first I saw you, so thanks for joining us tonight. What a great name, too, by the way. I like bourbon a lot.
We like bourbon a lot, too. Whiskey, gin, tequila.
Nasty wine.
Love wine.
So, John, I got a gold. Oh, Mike and Terry got it for us. Mike and Terry got us a gold. I was thinking, where did I get that?
We have not opened it yet either. However, we did get to taste the gold. Our son in Florida has it. So when we were down there in May, I don't know if it was already opened or they allowed us to open it.
I doubt if it was open. I think we said we're opening it. I think that's how it went down.
This is really going to be a hard lineup for me.
This is rough. Cheers,
Because
Bourbon Bitch. Thanks for joining us. We need to know, Bourbon Bitch, did you get your sample of Old Wagon Wheel?
Old Wooden
Old
Wagon.
Wooden Wagon. I'll get it right. You had a
Yeah.
personalized sample.
Because if not, you need to go beat T up.
Yeah, you need to get on the guys if you didn't get
Because
it.
it was in a little bag with your name on it. And it, please give this to her.
Mrs. Lori J finally made it into the chat.
I don't know. This one, I really like these ones, but this one, coming back to it, it reminded me how much I really liked it. Oh,
Mr. Richie says that Rick does not care for many of the Crittendens, maybe
really?
one.
I'm loving these.
I'm guessing, Mr. Richie and Mrs. Lori, since you have these all,
That you must like
you
them.
didn't just buy them hoping you were going to find one you liked.
No. And it appeared like from the patio had pretty much all of them as well.
Yeah, these are solid.
Well, when I went to their website, it doesn't list all the different whiskey and bourbon offerings that they have. So I really don't know how many they have.
I'm thinking the Bourbon Bitch is investigating right now. Trying to find out where that sample is.
She's trying to decide if someone's going to live or die.
Right. This is rough.
What'll really be rough is when I have to get up at 5 a.m.
When's the last time you got up at 5 a.m.?
I have to be at work early tomorrow.
Oh.
She did not get it. Sorry, T, you're in trouble now.
Yeah, you better check into that.
If not, you better get there because I know that they probably still have a little bit of Old Wooden Wagon.
I'm not sure. They were in it again tonight, so
So it
I
might
don't
be
know if
gone.
there's any left or not.
Let me know. I'll take care of you. We'll pounce on the guys, but I'll ship it directly to you this time.
It's rough, but I think that's going to be my first.
All right. Here we go.
Charles, I got it's cask strength. And I don't
Back here,
know.
dark arts.
It's 116 proof, straight bourbon. 7.5 year. And I bought it channeling Shona because I knew she would love the bottle. I had my choice of that. Weller red, Weller green. And there was one other thing, but it was maybe a Rebel, but don't hold me to that. But I think it was Rebel was the other thing.
You know, I'm going to have to do Mike's little thing because otherwise I'm going to get
You
confused.
doing a horse race?
I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Richie J. It's new to Ohio, and I know we're gonna do a live. Mark picked a few of them up out in, I believe he was out in Arizona. He picked a few of them up, but I think this cask strength was the first one to come to Ohio, and I don't think it was available where he got his. So I thought, well, I'm going to go that route because I didn't really care about having the red or the green. And the Rebel didn't do anything for me. So I thought, well, I'll go with that. Maybe it was a bad call. It's hard when you're spending $90 on a bottle that you don't know about.
So while Brian is finishing up, I'm just going to go ahead and type in names.
Charles says it's amazing and worth the price.
I am anxious to try it. I don't know if Brian's going to make me wait or if maybe he'll let me have it sometime soon.
Rick said he got his flask today.
Oh, awesome.
So if Charlie he was in the chat earlier, but it wasn't trivia night, so I think he bailed. But if he's still here, thanks for getting that out to Rick, Charlie.
Sorry guys that I have to do this. I promise you it'll be figured out by the next time that we have to use it.
These are, this is tough.
Yeah.
God, this is tough.
Big thank you for sending these samples to us, to the Joneses. This has been a wonderful blind.
It has been.
And we really appreciate each and everybody that has sent samples because a lot of you have. That's super sweet of you. We don't expect it, but we sure do appreciate it. It's fun. It's really fun when it's a blind and we have no clue.
It's fun to have them and be able to go live on Tuesday night and have everybody in the chat. Michael Bortner, I think I may have missed you earlier, so cheers and thanks for joining us, sir. Chris Sandifer said it's pretty good juice, Dark Arts.
Oh, good. All right, so I think I have everybody that did the exclamation point whiskey. But if you've just joined and you want to have a chance at winning that bourbon book from Fred Minnick, it is Bourbon, the Rise, Fall, and Rebirth of American Whiskey. Is a hardback that will ship to you from Amazon. Go ahead and put exclamation point whiskey in the comment and I will get you added, and then we will spin the wheel as soon as Brian and I look at what we were tasting tonight.
So this isn't going to be right. It's just not fair the way it works out. I want them all to be in first place, really.
They were all good.
It's kind of where I'm at.
Do you have it organized? Like,
I'm gonna do the horse race.
okay, you do the horse
Yeah.
race. Michael Bortner, he's been busy, hon.
Has he?
He's been watching us. He's been watching The Man of Steel, all kinds of stuff.
It's a busy.
That's fun.
It's a busy Tuesday night if you're Michael Bortner.
See, Bourbon Nerd's in there. Bourbon Nerd, can you get after tea for me? Your wife needs her sample. We did, Miss Lori J. Honestly, I've enjoyed every single one of these. They are just great, great pours.
I'm off the
Wow.
chart.
You are off the chart. So we're going to have to go with each other's lineups. Okay, here we go.
Did I get everybody back on the screen? I don't know.
So is this your first place?
No, that's last.
Oh, last place. Okay, so we did it a little bit differently.
Is your first in the back?
No, my first is up front.
So that's your last.
No, this is my first place.
Okay, so that's the back.
Is this your first place?
No, that's last place.
Okay, so we're different. We're opposite. Here we go.
Is that-
I'm going to tell you mine first, and then we can go to Bryan. So my first place was
Charles, wait a minute. Charles said, "Don't let Michael Bortner fool you. He's secretly studying for trivia."
Oh, good. Oh, hey, before we get confused with this, so since you guys are all here, I love it. Tomorrow night's trivia categories, I do not want to.
Wow, you're going to disclose that?
Yeah, I have been on Tuesday nights. If you're here on Tuesday night, I disclose what they are. May or may not help you. So, I don't know which one's round one or round two at this moment. So, one round will be non-Kentucky whiskey distilleries. So that means it'll be a question about 49 other states. So it may not help you, but it's going to be non-Kentucky.
That narrows it
So
down.
pretty much, if it's one of the top distilleries in a different state, be thinking that way. The other one is famous American whiskey distillers. So this is master distillers and stuff like that. The famous ones, the most popular ones, the ones that, you know, may have nicknames or may have awards, whatever. So those are the two topics.
Also, in case anybody is just joining us, exclamation point whiskey gets you entered into a giveaway for a book from Frank Minnick.
Yes, Fred Minnick. So
Fred
it's
Minnick.
the bourbon, the rise, the fall, the rebirth of American whiskey. It's up there in the corner. But all you have to do is do exclamation point whiskey, just like Bryan said, and I will get you on the wheel. They made me do a Streamlabs update right before we came, so it must have to use a different mod thing in the chat, and I don't know what it is, so I apologize. We'll get it fixed for next time though. All right, my lineup tonight. Okay, number one was actually numbered number one is the cut above 111.2 proof cigar cut 5 year.
Now that is also my number one.
Oh, that was your number one too?
Yes.
How cool. So I have to ask Mr. Richie J and Miss Lori J, was cut above finished in Amburano? Oh, we have He House in there. Hey, Bob. Hey, Carol.
Bob and Carol, thanks for joining us.
Yes, excited to see you. So we both felt that that pour was finished in Amburano, but I will tell you the cut above 111.2 proof cigar cup, delicious.
Outstanding. That's probably one of my favorite cigar blends.
Yeah, it's up there. It's really good.
Really, really good.
So then, my number 2 was bottle number 6, which is cut above 120 plus proof. So it's 666 single barrel 4-year.
Thank you, Michael Bortner. We appreciate that. We're glad you received your bourbon Bible.
Oh, yes, great. Thank you.
Okay, so according to Mr. Richie, one of the barrels of the cigar cask was finished in Amburano.
Okay.
I think he can't tell us if that one was.
Well, actually, I'm looking at the picture here, and it does say Amburano cask.
Okay.
So,
And
sorry.
Mrs. Lori J said that that's also her number 1.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
Exciting.
that's a fabulous pour, really.
All right, so my second place was the cut above 120 plus proof, single barrel.
Bob, we're always glad to have you, no matter what time you get here.
So Richie is saying that is 124.6 proof. Delicious. It was honestly a hard one between this one and this one for first and second because I love them both. They were both really good.
So now your second place was number 4?
No, my second place was this number 6 here.
Number 6?
Yep.
Okay, that's my third place.
That's your third place?
Yeah.
Okay. So then my third place was the number 2 bottle, which
See
is cut above 113 proof Mississippi Sippers Tokai wine cask finish, 5-year.
And that's my second place. So we're not that far off so
No,
far.
we're not. You know what? So that reminds me, honestly, that we have that Kentucky Owl, the Tokai.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I couldn't figure out, because I said it, I bet you anything, we'll have to look at that one compared to that one, because it's really, it has some really different notes on it. So that's really cool. All right. My fourth place was actually bottle number 4.
Same with me.
Oh, wow. We are similar. You just lined yours up a little bit differently. All right. Cut above 109 proof single barrel rye, 5-year.
Which is number, oh, that's that one.
That was that one, our fourth place one, which was bottle number 4. Delicious. They were all delicious, honestly. They were really good. So then,
That it is. Man, they're all good.
they really are. It was hard. Especially my first and second place, it was a struggle which one I was going to put. But then honestly, third and fourth was really a struggle as well. My 5th place was number 5.
Same.
Wow, look at us go.
So far, well, the only thing we had different is number 2 and number 6. Our second and third place we had split.
So that is the cut above 112.4 proof single barrel Mississippi meets Manhattan 5-year.
And that's a store pick, according to Mr. Richie.
Yeah. So that is, I was trying to look at the picture real quick. That's cool. I love their labels. They're really cool. All right. So our last place, my last place, it's your last place as well, right? Yes. Is the number 3 bottle, which is the cut above 100 proof bottled and bond, straight small batch 4-year. It was still a great pour. It was not a bad pour at all. Just didn't have the flavor profiles, the characters that the other had. However, if you handed me a glass of that, I'm going to drink it because it's good.
I want to interrupt for 1 second.
Yeah.
Just because this is like an ongoing, it's drama in the chat. The bourbon bitch, she's been on the horn.
Oh, no.
She's got people looking for it.
Oh.
I can't believe T's still talking to us.
Sorry, T. But you knew you had it, so I don't really feel too bad. And she said, okay, so the night I think we were all live with them. Like we were in the chat, like talking to them.
We were live with, I think we were on their live, because she said she wanted her own.
Yeah, and she said, Shauna, please be sure to send me my own because these guys never share with me. And so I did. I made sure that she had her own little package.
And they still don't share.
They still don't share. Those guys. All right, I'm getting the other names put in here.
JP, if you're talking to us, we do not have any Kirkland, nor I don't believe we've had any Kirkland. We haven't tasted Kirkland.
I don't believe so, no. And just so anybody knows, I'm hoping that Mr. Richie J and Lori J can join us Friday night. But Friday is Richie's birthday. So everybody, please say happy birthday to Richie in the chat. I'll be doing this tomorrow night too, Richie, just so you know. You're going to get all kinds of birthday wishes.
He's like, that's it, I'm not watching. These were, man, I can't say enough. These were, last place is good.
So, hey, JP, you have not entered into the raffle for the book. If you would like the book, I just need to know if you want entered. Just type ! whiskey. And I think I'm all caught up, and then I'm going to do the drawing. I'm going to let you guys see it real quick, though. Make sure you guys see your name. Because I really do not want to miss anybody that.
Jeff, how is that single barrel? I don't think that's available to us here locally. It is not.
Okay, so let me. And okay, so you guys should be able to see the display capture now. You guys can just look on there, make sure everybody sees their name. If you do not see your name, I am going to give you 1 minute to tell me, hey, my name's not on there. If you don't see it on the wheel, please let me know. I'm hoping that you guys can read it. While we are doing that, I really wanted to try the Tokai finished one. And I got to figure out which one that is. Hopefully Bryan hasn't drank it. Bottle number 2. So this one. You have any 2 left?
Yeah, it's way out of
Okay,
here.
pull this one. I'm going to try that with the Kentucky Owl real quick.
So if William Hall is still in the chat, we're adding glasses.
Because I believe that one is the same thing. We're just adding a little bit because I just want to taste it to see the difference of it.
I'm doing the dishes, so I'm not dirtying another one.
So William Hall, he's here. So that's number 14. And Bryan just said he's doing the dishes. We hand wash our Glens anymore, so Bryan usually does that in the mornings.
It's really bad after like some of the Friday night lives, and definitely the Wednesday, last Wednesday of the month when we do our whiskey club tasting. Every Glen we have is dirty that night. And there's 60 plus. Okay, so number 2 versus Kentucky Owl.
I can tell you that the Crittenden's nose beats the Kentucky Owl, because the Kentucky Owl nose, there's hardly anything there.
Not much there, is there?
No.
The Kentucky Owl, had you not just had all these, is not bad.
No, it's good.
It's definitely a lot thinner.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the body to it. And look at the difference in the color.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, I mean, it's almost gone.
It's almost like water.
I'm going to tell you that I'm going to be honest, though. It is really close. Because the Kentucky Owl is good. But it is really, really thin. All right, so I think everybody's had time to see if their name was up there. I tried to make it big so everybody could see it.
So we got John Shank coming in with a birthday later on this month.
We do.
We do.
What day is his
28th.
birthday? The 28th. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel because I did not see anybody say that I missed them. Oh, wait a minute. Twerp. Did I miss Twerp? I did. Thank you, Twerp.
You got Life from the Patio on there? They just typed whiskey in there.
Okay. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody else.
Cheers, Gandhi. Thanks for joining us. Did you want in the giveaway for the book?
I'm just happy that T's still talking to me.
Gandhi wants in that giveaway.
All right. I think that is everybody. Okay, here we go. I'm spinning the wheel. William Hall. Congratulations.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Rick-
no, Rick
Rick-
Moreland. It's
Rick-
moved. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. That like really went over there. William Hall, I'm so sorry. Rick Moreland, congratulations. Congratulations, sorry. That is awesome. Rick, I will get that. I have your address, so I will get that shipped out to you as
Rick
soon as
is
this is
a
over.
repeat
That was
offender.
right on the line. Do you guys
know.
see? I'm going to blow that up a
Well,
little
that's
bit.
why I went back and looked at it, because I thought, wait a minute now, that was close.
That was so close, guys. Look how much that's right on the line. I am sorry for announcing before it stopped.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. All right, Rick, I will get that book out to you. That is exciting.
William
Congratulations.
Hall, I feel that was a national news media blunder right there, calling something before it was real.
I know. You just have to fire me. Kick me off the show. We'll let Bryan do the whiskey trivia. See how much you guys have fun with that.
I don't know why she's got to get so angry about things.
All right. So if you can, guys, please join us tomorrow night at 9 o'clock for whiskey trivia. I do, and we'll be showing a couple little different things, or Bryan will be tomorrow night for the live things that we want to make sure everybody's aware of. And also, join whiskey trivia for all the points you can get, because why? You get an awesome trophy at the end of the year if you're the winner. I love the trophy. I'm sorry, I love it.
She does. She loves a trophy.
I mean, if another channel was offering it, I'd be playing it just so I could try to win it.
And honestly, I mean, we've got a heck of a group that plays trivia every week. So
It is fun. It is fun.
it
And
is
I
fun.
promise I'll let you know exactly where you're landing, how many entries you have, at least 30 minutes to an hour after we shut down.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
depending on how much Brian's talking to me or if I'm answering other text
How much
messages.
Shauna's had to drink really is what it comes down to. I think we're going to wrap that up. I want to thank Mr. Richie J and Mrs. Lori J
Thank you,
again
guys.
for another great blind that was sent to us.
Super sweet.
That's a
Thank
great
you.
product, and if we ever stumbled across any of it, I know we would be adding it to our collection. So,
Yeah.
thanks again, guys.
Charles, thank you. Be sure to join for What's in the Glen Wednesday first, because we will be posting that tomorrow before we go live for Whiskey Trivia. So please
Charles,
join that.
you promote the heck out of that thing, and nobody still watches it.
Charles, I love you for it. I just want you to know that.
But yet we still have to have it.
It's not going away.
Never mind, nobody watches anything else because YouTube looks at that and says, yeah, we're not showing your videos to anybody.
Would you stop?
Okay, guys, thanks for joining us. As always, another great, fun live. And until next time, be safe, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.